it was a boring game, but like I was trying to tell people, because the Chiefs did not deserve to be there. And that has nothing to do with Andy Reid and Mahomes and the greatness that they've had. Every week it felt like by coincidence the refs were finding a way to make the Chiefs get over. Every week it was a one-score game. It was too big to rig last night. They tried to do it in the beginning. They couldn't with the OPI and A.J. Brown and whatnot. It was too big to rig. So they had, they got what they had coming. I think you would have got a better competitive game. But regardless, the Eagles were going to win the Super Bowl regardless. They were the best team. But with that being said, this Super Bowl halftime show, Kendrick, the pants, the problem with this to me is it wasn't enough. It was anticlimactic. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, where's the sparks, the fire, the fireworks, the dances, the big, all of the craziness. Open up the stadium roof, something. You just didn't get any of that. And I hear people saying, well, Kendrick was trying to get over a message and it's not about entertainment. I'm like, yes, it is. It's a Super Bowl halftime show. It's the biggest entertainment spectacle you can argue on the fucking planet. That's why people pay $8 million to run advertisements on it. It's the biggest broadcast of the year. What are you talking about? This is the Super Bowl. Nobody wants to be lectured on anything when it's a party-like environment. When you go to a club and you got a drink in your hand, are you going to go up to the DJ and ask them to play some Nas or some Common? Probably not. And I like those dudes, but it's a time and place for that. It was a time and place. And Kendrick had some club records he probably could have played, but he chose to perform what he did. He teased the Not Like Us joint and played it later. Of course, we knew that was going to go down. He won 5 Grammys. The Samuel Jackson thing was kind of weird. I didn't get that. I thought they used him too much. They overexposed him as Uncle Sam. Did you need to pull him out there 3 times? One appearance surprised you and was like, okay, that's Sam Jackson. You get a good laugh out of it. That nigga popped up 2 more times. I was like, all right, now this is... and then the Serena thing. Now, I didn't get this, and this is why I say this culture is toxic. This culture is backwards. I don't know if you know the backstory, but I'll remind you if you didn't know. Now, Serena used to date Drake, so she's trying to rub it in and be petty, and she's sitting there crip walking as hard as she can, right? Maybe Dub C could teach her some lessons to get a little smoother. She's crip walking. And I'm like, hold up, didn't she lose her youngest sister? And I'm not trying to be insensitive when I say this. Her youngest sister got killed in gun violence 2003, over 20 years ago. Look it up if you think I'm making shit up. And this is what you're doing 20 years later, crip walking at the Super Bowl? Backwards ass culture to me, bro. I don't get it. If anything, if a gang related, anything gang related took away my baby sister, I would not be crip walking at no damn show. I can tell you that. I'd probably be an advocate against gang violence. That's what she should be. But instead, anything to get back at Drake, I guess. You know what I'm saying? That I don't understand. With all your popularity, your influence, your money, you should be an advocate against that shit. This is the culture though, right? This is the culture. We gonna forget about that part when we talking about Kendrick's lecturing and getting a message across. No, I see motherfuckers crip walking on stage, bro. Some of this shit is toxic and nobody wants to have that conversation. But, I just thought that was weird, the Serena crip walking thing, especially after what her family went through as far as gang violence, her being from Compton and all of that. And, they brought SZA. Now, SZA was probably the best part of the show. She looked incredible. But and it felt like the show was a little short, too, a little halftime. But, yeah, it was whatever. It wasn't all that, you know what I mean? I like Kendrick, but like I said, it's a time and place. Now, this is giving a Lil Wayne fan some justification because they swear up and down he would have did a better show. Lil Wayne got grandpa lungs. He probably would have been out of breath 5 minutes through his set. If you think white people are upset at Kendrick, can you imagine what they would have said if he brought Manny Fresh and Juvie and all them on stage? They would have been like, who the hell is these people? Like, I saw video clips of people in that stadium and they look just, they were not impressed watching this performance. Of course not. That's not who they know. And tickets was $4,000 tickets and shit like that. How many black people, the Kendrick Lamar fans, was going to really be at the Super Bowl? Come on, man. I think they need to get back to doing variety acts. I still think the best show they did in the last 10 years was the Dre, Snoop, 50, all of them. You have variety acts. I think now, because music is consumed differently, the music industry can't really produce pop stars at the same rate they used to. Because even though Taylor Swift is a pop star, her main demographic is white girls from like 13 to 35. She ain't, you know what I'm saying? You don't have any more Michael Jacksons, Madonnas, you know, Elton Johns, Beatles, you know what I mean? Those big crossover acts that everybody knew. You don't really have that no more. I mean, we all got our own streaming services. Everybody listening to everything that they want. Everybody's got AirPods in their ear. We're not listening to the same 20 radio stations like back in the day, or they play the same 12 songs all day, or back when we all watched the same 3 video music channels, MTV, VH1, BET. That was it. We all was watching the same shit, so we all knew everybody. It's different now. I think you don't really have those mainstream crossover appeal crowds. Now, I will say, for some of the white people that's complaining, we didn't complain when we had to watch and see Bruce Springsteen every few years. And what was it? Lady Gaga we had all kinds, U2. Man, like the only really good white performer I could think of we had the last few years was probably Justin Timberlake, right? And the whole Janet Jackson thing. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know who they're going to do next year. But Jay-Z the pressure's on Jay-Z now, because people are starting to call him out. Since he's taken over, it's only been hip-hop and R&B acts. And maybe that was part of the deal. Because you had Weeknd, you had Dre and Snoop in them, you had Usher last year, Kendrick this year. So, you know, Rihanna when she was pregnant. So people are pressuring Hov to try to branch out and try to do more than just one genre, because they don't feel like it's the audience isn't at large isn't feeling it. Because even like not even all black folks was feeling it. Let's be honest. You got a lot of black people that don't they pro Drake, or they Kendrick just don't do it for him. They think he sounds like a ventriloquist and all of that. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But I didn't go into that show thinking it was gonna be something special. But, you know, no real big guest. That was another thing. He didn't bring anybody out other than SZA and Serena, you know, her crip walking ass. That was it. So, hey, let me know what y'all think, though, if y'all enjoyed the Super Bowl halftime show, Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans.